Hey, what's up guys, Aaron here. So Celsius updates, I'm going to talk about everything that's happened since my last video. I first want to start out with a little plug for Cam Cruz's video. So he did a video, I'll link it in the description if you want to check it out. It gives some real-time examples of how much our percentage recovery will be if crypto goes up 25%, down 33%, and also what happens if you hold more Bitcoin or if you hold more stablecoins. And he also includes a Google Doc if you want to check out this exact spreadsheet. So in this video, I'm going to touch on the plan supplement that just came in. Simon Dixon actually went through the entire document, so I am just going to be covering his updates and add a few of my own. And then I'll go over a couple other documents that came in through the Docket, including how much money we have spent on professionals. But before I dive into those documents, I just want to mention what Simon talked about in his latest video. So I took a couple screenshots. Basically, he went into the nerdy details, which I love about what he does, about equity. So I'm not really going to repeat everything. If you really want to dive deep, you probably are already following Simon as well. He puts out videos that are over an hour going over the nitty-gritty details of equity, compliance, basically everything that needs to happen, including getting out of Chapter 11, which I'll cover in just a moment. So in this video, he really talks about the equity valuation. So this new co is going to be valued at around $1.25 billion. He goes into great detail about the new co equity, including the shares that are given, the board of directors and how that all works, the governance board, and also the managers. This stuff is, again, totally not relevant to you, the average person watching this video. If you want to geek out and get into the nerdy details of everything, I will include Simon's link to this video below for you guys. And he goes deeper into the board terms, re-election, the different people on the board and when those re-election dates will be, shareholder terms, talking about shareholder meetings and whatnot, and then finally the remaining timeline, which I will cover right now for you guys. So the closing arguments for the confirmation hearing is happening on Monday the 30th. So that is going to be next Monday. And I'll touch on what that means later in this video as well. A little bit later, I'll touch on the agenda that's happening today, October 24th. And a lot of it is talking about these substantial contributions. And right now, the deadline to object is extended until November 23rd. So basically, once the plan is confirmed and everything's good to go, possibly we will get to the first crypto distribution in December. I think most likely it'll be January or February. Next, Celsius needs to complete a 3-year mining audit, and then they have to file the required forms with the SEC. After that, we have the NASDAQ listing hopefully going live, or we pivot to this orderly wind down, which will be no NewCo, but we will get more upfront crypto. So let me dive into Simon's thread on the latest plan supplement update. There's some new language to talk about cell subordination. So again, this really doesn't have to do with any of us. Basically former employees, insiders, and other third parties. There is an additional $2 billion FTX proof of claim that was added to the list of defendants against Celsius. They go into more information about ADR, which is alternative dispute resolution. This stuff really has to do with clawbacks. So if you have not joined the clawback community on Telegram and you have exposure to clawbacks, I would suggest obviously joining that. So more information about how the litigation administrator will make distributions, also about how they will deal with conflicts and non-public info. Here they mention the $50 million for the litigation oversight committee has to be held in US dollars or money market cash equivalents. So that had to do with the $50 million that has to come out of the estate, and why right now the price of Bitcoin ripping into the $34,000, $35,000 range is actually very, very good. You can check out Cam's video for that. He does talk about that in more detail. So the litigation oversight committee, one more person will be announced when this whole plan is confirmed. So they go into more detail about PayPal. Now, PayPal is probably, if you live in the US, who we will be using to get our money out. I know there's going to be somebody that's going to comment, what about me? PayPal banned me 5 years ago. There will be other ways to get your money out. This is not going to be the only way. If PayPal banned you, then you're not just going to get stuck with zero. Do not worry about it. There will be another way for you to get your crypto out. And talking about Coinbase, they are going to be the ones who will primarily deal with non-US creditors. They said they may use your email and birth date provided to them by Celsius to create an account or match to an existing account. So in my opinion, I'd probably just create one and make sure to use the same email address and the same birth date as what you did with Celsius. But you probably don't need to, and they'll create an account for you. So these are some of the countries that Coinbase will be providing services for. So again, everything or most countries not in the United States. So finishing off with a couple things that came through the docket. The first one, we have Otis Davis. He is the gentleman fighting for Cell token to be 81 cents. he said something which a lot of people found pretty interesting. He basically said the judge should recuse himself from this entire trial based on some conflicts of interest, which if you want to read it, you can go and read it yourself. It is going to be Docket 3866. Next, we have Daniel Frishberg's closing remarks, and I do agree with a lot of what he said. He said that the plan should be approved even though it's far from perfect, and I do agree with that. He does say that the EIP, or Employee Incentive Plan or Program, I forgot which one it is, are overly generous. These are basically giving employees and executives massive bonuses to do things that they should be doing anyway, like getting us out of this bankruptcy. Daniel says that the professionals should not get releases for potential malpractice. And then he says finalizing the earn order, basically what he's talking about is our crypto became the property of Celsius Network. That was the big back and forth last summer. Obviously, our crypto became their property. He says that allowing the earn order to be used as precedent will further decay the rights of creditors in future bankruptcy cases. I completely agree. He then says that Cell Token is worthless. I'm going to stay neutral on Cell Token. I just want to get out of Chapter 11, and here's why. So let me finish the video, well, almost finish the video talking about this. So we have professional fees and expenses. Approved cumulative just for Celsius Network LLC is $115 million. And you can see the different professionals here. Then we have for another entity, Celsius Network Limited, we have an additional $15 million. So 15 plus 115, we're at over $130 million right here. And I believe they are leaving certain people out. For example, I do not see White and Case right here. So I believe we are way, way, way past $150 million. So yeah, the plan is not perfect, but I do agree with Daniel that we just need to get out of this. So finally, to end this video, we have what's happening today on the 24th of October. There are some contested matters, again, none of which really apply or matter to most of you guys. This one's going to be about Three Arrows Capital. Then we have some proceedings regarding Celsius Network Limited versus Equities First. Again, these are things that we just need to get over with so we can move on and get out of Chapter 11. Then we have all of these substantial contributions. So basically, the deadline to object has been extended to November 23rd for all of these substantial contributions. I made a whole video on this about a week or two ago. Basically, the earn ad hoc, then we have the custody ad hoc, we have Rebecca Gallagher, who is a pro se creditor, the withhold ad hoc, Ignat Tuganov, he's another pro se creditor, we have the borrower or loan ad hoc, we have Bank to the Future, then we have pending withdrawals ad hoc, Emmanuel Herman and Daniel Frishberg, two pro se creditors. They're all requesting the court to give money back to them, whether for personal costs or for most of these people, legal costs, so paying lawyers and whatnot. So we have until, again, November 23rd to object to this. Now, I don't think that this is going to affect the plan confirmation. I think the plan can be confirmed before November 23rd, at least I hope so. So guys, that is it for the video. I'll keep you guys posted with everything as I always have, and that's it. So till next time, talk with you soon, and bye for now.